Hey you guys, Desmond here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel. Today we are here to discuss RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 15, Episode 14, Blame It on the Edit. But before we get into that, I have to remind everyone to like, comment, and subscribe. The growth that we have been shown has been amazing, and we just love for that to continue. So if you're loving what you see, go ahead and subscribe to the channel.
See
We
this
will
face?
gladly
Where that
accept you with open arms, honey.
face?
Open arms. So, Miss Creasha,
Yes.
what did we think of the episode? Blame it on the edit.
Um, it's a fucking good episode.
Honestly, it was. Typically, these type of episodes tend to drag for me. Like, I
uh-huh.
love the room mixes, but it's like the final episode. So, it's like, oh, we gotta do this, this, and this. And yet they did it all, but it didn't seem like it dragged this year.
No,
I'm
it
like,
was good. It was
it was
paced really well too.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. They paced this episode oh so well.
Yes, because usually, like, especially when they went from the 90 minute, or they went from what was it, like the
60 to 90.
the 60 to 90 minute, it's like you would wait till you get to like the final four to be like, oh, here's an extra 30 minutes.
But yeah, it
So,
really worked.
but
And
it
I
worked this
and
time
I really wish we would have gotten the 90-minute edits all the way
when we
through.
had more people.
Yeah, because I feel like we would know some of those queens who are early out better than what we do.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't be mad if they released like an extended version of season 15. Knowing World of Wonder, they'll probably try to charge you for it, but still. But still, I will love some form of like extended version of what was the 90-minute version y'all had planned. Let me see it, because it
Mm.
might it might have made more sense of what we saw towards the end. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this episode. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we start off with the lady saying goodbye to Lucy LaDuca. Oh, Luce, here's her message. That's effed up. Love you, hookers. Don't forget to let loose.
What was fucked up? I'm confused.
Listen, but Lux, pretty much no love lost. She was like, "You
All
played
right,
it.
let's erase it.
You played a game, and karma bit you."
Hmm.
And I'm glad. I don't want to say I'm glad, but I'm glad that they showed the proof and they just wasn't Lux popping off talking about, oh yeah, she showed who she was. They showed the clip from Untucked. Be like, oh, I
Right.
did this into retaliation of this. Oh, I did this to this, et cetera, et cetera. Because
Hmm.
she would never admit that she was playing the game. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, because I know I would. Don't let me get on
Right.
any competition. I'm playing the game, but I'm gonna be honest about me playing the game. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, no, I wouldn't do that to you. Mm-mm.
Playing the
I'll
game.
be
What are you
I'll be staring
doing?
right at you. Yes, I gave you the makeover person you didn't want because you called me this and this.
Right.
You hurt my feelings, so we finna
I'm
play
gonna
the game.
hurt yours.
Yes, I
I'm gonna
made
hurt your
you.
chances of winning.
Yeah, yes, I made you go first during the stand-up challenge because I know you are not funny. Like it's just honest. That's
Hmm.
but hey, but hey, I like Lucy, and
If I
honestly,
made it, that would be the one where I would go home.
honestly, I'm gonna say this. I think Lucy, if she decides to come back to All Stars in the next year or two, I
Hmm.
feel like she could possibly win it because she has all the skills.
Hmm.
So maybe she can come back and just be a little bit more honest. And with All Stars rule, they encourage, playing the game. But you got to be
Right.
careful because playing the game can come bite you in the butt.
Mm.
Pangina. Just think about Pangina.
Mm.
Yeah, playing the game can come and bite you in the butt. But I'm telling you now, if I'm on anybody's regular or All Star season, I'm playing the game. Now, granted, I'm gonna have to take these
The
videos down.
challenge.
I'm gonna take these videos down before I go, because I don't want the people at home to know that I'm playing the game. But I'm gonna play the game, and I'm gonna be quiet about me playing the game until I just have to say something. So, like, say if I'm
Right.
safe for a couple episodes, I'm like, okay, nobody knows I'm gonna play the game. But say episode 4, I'm in the top. and I see somebody in the bottom. Who's the front runner? Oh, well, I guess it's time for everybody to know how I'm playing the game. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, I can see Lucy coming back and doing a great job on All Stars, possibly winning.
Mm.
So the
If she
queens
plays
sit
the game.
down and they congratulate Anitra on her third win.
Yeah.
So it's the next day in the workroom. They do the little Charlie Angel pose, which I thought was really cute. They come in and then they get the final. Ooh, she done already done had her sis Rumel message. You know, we didn't get very many of these because of the cut down of the episode. So I was happy to see this. I was happy
Right.
to see this. So RuPaul enters the workroom and lets the queens know for their final maxi challenge, they will be writing a verse and appearing in the music video for Blame It on the Edit.
Yeah.
And somebody brought this up online, and I'm like, they couldn't have planned this better if they could, because this was the one season where you really could have blamed it on the edit, because they had to cut so much out of the first 12 episodes.
Right.
Like, it's so ironic that the final lip sync remix is Blame It on the
Blame
Edit,
it on the edit.
when we had a whole season of
Editing.
editing
Rough
issues
editing.
because MTV was trying to force the real losers of WeHo on us. No. Now, I said it once, I'll say it again. If it wasn't for that one person on that show, I would have watched it. I just couldn't get past him. I really couldn't. The rest of them were getting on my nerves too, except for Brad. You know I love Brad. But yeah, it was just no.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so that's what they're doing, and RuPaul reminds them that only 3 of them are making it to the grand finale. So don't fuck it up. I got a screenshot of RuPaul's full suit. What did you think of this suit moment he was giving us?
Yeah.
I
I
like
like the red.
it. I like it.
Yeah, it's like a little Jack Skellington
Yeah,
esque, but
I likes it.
yes.
So the queens sit down and they begin writing their verse for Blame It on the Edit. I wonder, typically when they do these remixes challenge, I like to write a verse myself. I might need to sit down and do my Blame It on the Edit one. But anyway, the queens sit down, they are writing their verse, and Lux finished early, so she's like, you know what? I'm gonna go take a nap. I know what I
Oh
wrote
God,
was.
I was so scared when she did that.
Me too. I was like, this could go one or two ways.
Like, cause the only queen that like took a nap and still made it out okay was King Tyra.
Yes. Well, Aiden was low. Aiden was low, but did not have to lip sync that episode, even though I think Aiden should have. I'm just saying because the outfit wasn't him. So yeah, I was worried. But I'm like, I love the confidence. She's like, this is what I do. This is who I am. And I wrote what I'm gonna write. I'm gonna go take a nap. Night night. So we're now time for the tic tac chit chat with Michelle Visage and RuPaul. I want to talk about SASHA
Okie dokie.
for a brief second.
Yes.
And she triggered. I don't think she realized. I don't say triggered, but she made me realize something. Because she says everything she does in her life is to seek her mother's approval, to one day hear the words that, I love you from your mother.
Right.
And I was like, ouch. Because I hear I love you from my mom. Like, I do. But it's just like I relate because there's two sides of me. You can say it's the Gemini of me. I don't care. There's the one half of me that I want everyone to like me. Right. So I want to hear, oh, I love you. I want to hear the, oh, blah, 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 blah. The other half of me don't give a fuck. And the don't give a fuck half typically wins most times, but there are and it's just a few select people. I don't know why. It's just like a few select people. I want their approval more than anything. Why, I don't know. Why, I don't know. But yeah, and it was really heartbreaking to hear Sasha say that she knows she will never hear those words from her mother. I'm like, that hurt.
Mm,
That hurt. That hurt
right.
me. Oh,
But you see how daddy did it, so
I live. I live. You know, I hate that Daddy decided to leave the way he left.
right.
Oh, but I'm so glad everything was in Sasha's name.
Yes.
I'm like, that's one way to shove it to
Mm-hmm.
him. But yeah,
That's my daughter.
my daughter. But Anitra, Mistress, and Lux all had their moments as well. Now we're
Mm-hmm.
going to go to the Blame It on the Edit video shoot.
Mm-hmm.
We were joined by Miguel again, who was
Yes.
choreographing. And just like with Catwalk, they're learning the choreography and then they're going to shoot the video immediately.
Right.
I'm like, baby, y'all, y'all can't give them a day.
Right?
Like at least a day. I understand, we're wrapping things up.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably at the end of the budget, so we're trying to do things quickly and cheaply as possible. But come on
Mm-hmm.
now, come on. But yeah, I just wanted to go over these looks real quick. Anitra and Lux here, mwah.
Mwah.
Like these looks were everything. I really enjoyed them.
Yes.
Sasha is
It was so funny when Lux's nail got stuck in.
oh that was funny. And Michelle's like, check your corset, and where it was, right
Wow.
there, found it.
Oh, Sasha in this Barbarella look.
Sasha is my new religion,
Yes.
and then Mistress looked amazing as well. So Miguel starts learning the choreography, starts teaching them the choreography. My bad. And Mistress was having a few moments.
Yeah.
I,
Not just a few, but
just a few, and it was so weird to see her not be as confident.
right.
And I feel like if she would have had more time, she probably would
Hmm.
have been better. Because just look at the Rusical. She was like this at the
Right.
beginning of the Rusical too. But
Hmm.
they had time. She got it together, and by the time Wig Loose happened, she slayed.
Right.
So it's just like I hated seeing it. I did. And Anitra also struggled, which was a shock for me. I'm like, oh, out of anybody, I'm like, oh yeah, Anitra's gonna fly through this.
Hmm.
But she was having a hard time getting the choreography down. But then again, I was thinking about, just because you can dance doesn't mean you can do choreography.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people who can do the freestyle back, dip. But when you're told 1, 2, 3, 4, that
Five,
just
6, 7, 8, and
yeah
dip. 2, 3, 4.
yeah
Yeah.
that sometimes throw people through a loop. Let's see. Again, another screenshot of Sasha because, like I said, she's my new religion. Sasha and Lux just really slayed. I was like, oh, it's clear how this is leading up.
Right.
I saw it from the video shoot. I'm like, okay, we see who the top two is, and we see who the
Hmm.
bottom two is. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, who out of Nature Mistress is gonna go home? I'm like, it really just depends on what they're wearing, the song, like everything just started going through my head.
Hmm.
I'm like, well, I just need more. I need more. So, but yeah, another screenshot of Sasha. Again, my religion. Um, they're
He
back in
said,
the
"All
work.
hail, Lord Sasha."
All hail our Lord and Savior, Sasha Colby. Um, so it's in the workroom. They're doing the typical final conversation. Oh, this is what I thought of you at first. Oh, this was one of
Hmm.
my favorite challenges. Oh, I really did it.
Hmm.
The normal. The normal. So we get to the main stage, and what do we think of RuPaul in this finale look?
Um, I wish I could have saw it from the back,
I thought, is there a
but other
background?
than that, it was awesome.
Yeah, this is real cute. I really enjoyed this. She took her time with that walk.
Hmm. They was like, "Take your time."
Take your time. But yeah, she looks really good. The RuPaul and RuPaul's team really did a good job with every
Hmm.
aspect of this look. There was nothing about this I would change, me personally.
Mm-mm.
We're joined by Michelle and Ross.
Yes, look at Michelle.
Now listen, Y'all said T.S. Madison was a rotating judge. Out of 14 competitive episodes, she was a guest judge on 3 of them.
3.
3. You said it 1, 2, 3. Part of me feels like she wasn't supposed to be. It's not like she wasn't supposed to be. She was more like remember how Lonnie Love and Nicole Byer and even T.S. Madison, how they did with season 13, where they were just the rotating guest judges. I think that's what she did for this season. And then afterwards, they're like, you know what? We could just make you a permanent rotating judge, and just made it, signed it in. So hopefully we'll see more of her in All Stars 8, because they've already shown a screenshot of them at the judging panel, and it's Rue, Michelle, and T.S. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more T.S. Madison on All Stars 8. So, I got another screenshot of Rue because I really did enjoy this look. Now, the category was drag excellence. I was like, that's it? No, best drag eleganza, extravaganza, yes, mama God, house down boots. Like,
thank you, God.
Like, none of that. Okay, drag excellence. Okay, best drag. What we doing? All right. So up first we have Anitra. What do we think of Anitra's look here?
I thought it was gorgeous.
This is a lovely look.
Lovely. It is a whole look.
Lovely. I know, right? My only issue is I saw the reveal. I saw it.
Oh, the fact that she could turn it into a jumpsuit.
Yeah. I as she was walking, I'm like, something ain't right. So I started looking at the hip. I'm like, she has a reveal. Yep, that's a reveal right there. She's just gonna pull it down or rip it off, one of the two. And she pulled it down. She pulled it down. And I don't mind, having a reveal, but I would say do what like Olivia Lux did, because you never saw her reveals coming. You knew she had them. You just never saw them coming. So it was just like that's where I wish she would have went with this. But other than the obvious reveal, I think the rest of this is gorgeous. This blue looks good on her. I really enjoy this wig. The makeup is right. I give it a solid 8. A solid 8. That was
solid 8.
A solid 8. That was really good. A really good look. I got several screenshots of it, so here's some more looks of the garment. And the mug. The mug is correct.
The mug is correct.
The mug is correct. Up next is Living My Life in Luxnior, London.
Wow.
Now, this wedding gown is beautiful.
Yes.
Very beautiful. Like, she should have came out with the little
veil.
Not the veil, yes, but what do they call the flowers?
Flowers.
What's the name of those flowers they hold when they
go
bouquet. Down? The bouquet. She should have had a bouquet. I wish she would have took the full moment, but
right.
I think this is gorgeous. We got to talk about this wig though.
See, I'm glad I'm not the only one who wanted to clock that wig.
Oh baby, Twitter seen it and said something. They seen it. Because I'm looking and I'm like, that wig is just a shade too bright.
It needed just a little bit of makeup. The stockings and the wig.
I could forget the stockings. It's just the wig, just like a shade or two darker. A shade or two darker, honey. I was like, ooh. And it really, like, the look is amazing, but this is such an eyesore. Because as soon as I seen it, I was like, I don't know, I was just like, oh. But other than that, this is a lovely look.
Yes.
Lovely. Lovely. And in the second screenshot that I took of it, you can barely see, You can barely see it up there. But let's move on to my new religion, SASHA Colby. This look is stunning. This was stunning. It was elegant. I just wish it completely touched the floor.
Right.
Other than that, like, this is a solid 9 right here. this hair, this headpiece that's with it, like
Mm-hmm.
every thought was thought out completely, and I really
Yes.
enjoyed this. What did you think of Sasha's look?
It was simple, understated elegance, honestly, even though it's fully rhinestone. Like it was still just simple, elevated elegance. I love like orchids are my favorite flower. So if you ever want to send me flowers, send me orchids. Um, no. But yeah, like uh I was like, oh, she is Hawaiian.
Yes, this is.
Like that, that's what that made me think. And it really leaned into her look that you see coming up in the video, honestly.
And then last but definitely not least, we have Mistress Isabel Brooks. Stunning. She walked out in this and I was like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And just hearing all the detail that went into this gown, I'm like, yes. And she said it's about 60 pounds. I'm like, ooh wee. Ooh wee.
Mm. Okay.
I'm gonna say you are walking around in a weighted blanket, honey.
Yes, that must be comfortable.
I don't know, cause it could be hot. All them lights,
Mm-hmm.
all them lights. But
All of the lights.
she looks really good. But I was watching the pit stop, and Bianca brought up something that I didn't even catch until she said it. But her makeup doesn't match her gown.
It doesn't.
Like it's a stunning makeup, but it needed more of browns and golds instead of those dark
Mm-hmm.
purples and reds that she have.
Right.
And I'm like, I didn't even catch that until you said it, but now that I see it, I'm like, that's
It's unse it's unseeable.
yes, but the gown is everything,
Yes.
and the way she was walking in, I'm like, you rich bitch, rich bitch.
I'm
Okay,
a rich
I
bitch.
am a rich bitch. But out of our top four amazing queens, who had your favorite look of the week?
Um, wig aside, I'm gonna give it to Lux.
Makeup aside, I'm gonna give it to Mistress. Like that gown is just everything to me. So
Close second is Sasha.
a close second is Sasha for me as well. So now it's time for the Blame It on the Edit music video. So in space, no one can hear you, bitch.
Bitch.
We got this first screenshot of RuPaul. I'm like, RuPaul was stunning, and I love this wig. I was like, okay, Ru,
Mm-hmm.
we've seen this wig somewhere. I can't remember where, but it looked good. It still looked good.
It looks like the season 4 promo wig.
And then we had the background dancers who were helping
Yes.
blame it on the edit. The queen standing in front of the RuPaul. And then up first, we had Anitra. What did you think of Anitra's verse and performance in the video?
Um, the performance was adequate. The verse was not the best.
The verse grew on me. Like
I
the
might have to listen to it again, but I
yeah,
was
because
not a
I've
fan.
heard it several times now, and after hearing it a few times, I see where Anitra was going. But off
Uh-huh.
of my first listen, I'm like, what?
That part, like, and that's where I'm at. I listened to it twice,
Uh huh.
and I was just like, who? I don't know. I don't get who you are with this verse.
Yeah, I think I've listened, and then I listened to it a couple times yesterday while I was playing The Sims, and
Hmm. I need to play that. I think I'm gonna play that today.
yay! And I'm like, yeah, it's grown on me,
Especially
but it
since
is still my least favorite
verse.
verse.
Yeah.
Honestly, in the list of all the verses, it's down there. It's
At the
down there,
bottom.
but it has grown on me. It has.
Mm.
But yeah, I agree. Her performance was good. She shined by herself. It was when she was with the group.
Yeah. When
But
she
then
had to do the
yeah,
choreography
but
that she kind of got lost.
mm-hmm. All right, I got a couple screenshots of Miss Anitra, and then we have Miss Lux New Orlando, who ate.
Lux, New Orleans,
She
London.
ate.
8,
Ate.
8,
Ate.
8.
No crumbs,
Oh
as
my
the children
God.
would
Like the
say.
performance was just mwah. I love her outfit, the execution. She knew what to do with not only her body, but like how the video worked pretty much. It leans so far into its source material that like you could clip this into that video and not notice.
She did a amazing job. I was like, come on, Lux.
Yes.
So I got a couple screenshots of them blaming it on the edit, and then I wish we would have saw this little floating moment that they did, because if you
Right.
remember the season 8 music video that they did for You Wear It Well, um,
Hmm.
they did this for that, and it gave me very much that, and I'm like, oh, rest in peace, Chi Chi. But yeah, I was like, I would have loved seeing them do that. I bet that was a
Hmm.
funny moment. Or maybe it
Yeah.
wasn't. So they were like, no, we're not going to show it.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was only a funny moment when Mistress was on there.
Yeah, and they probably didn't want to do oh, she's the big girl. She can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I get
Exactly.
that now.
Especially with her looking like a starfish when they get to hers.
Oh, I got the screenshot. Up next is my new religion, Sasha Colby. 8. The
I'm not even gonna lie.
the way she
Like
approached this verse, the way she
I
approached this performance.
I almost went completely bi for this. Like almost completely lesbian. Like you could fulfill my fantasy. Like I know this is objectifying and this may even be like slightly triggering, but like I have always had a fantasy and I'm going to put this out on the internet and I
Oh
don't
God,
know
I think I
why.
know where you're going with this.
But I would let you so much
I'm not even gonna play
with
with
this. Oh
you.
my God. That this like her verse is the reason why I listened to it more than once
Oh, this
and
is
was
like
like,
one of
oh
my
no, I
favorite
have to
verses
listen to
ever.
that again.
This
I
is
have to
one of my
listen to that
favorite
again.
verses ever. Like this is in the top 10.
Yes.
Like
Like if we do that at the end of the year, like that one is this one.
it's just wow, wow.
Yes. I mean, and like she leaned into the theme and like it was just like it was perfect. It was
And
so
like I was
good.
saying earlier, the way she approached this was so different from the other girls, but yet, like you said, she stayed on the beat. She had the rhythm of the song down. I was
Yes.
just again, she mesmerized me.
Yes. I like I appreciated this so much because it really just you knew who she was at the end of this verse.
Hmm. And as you
Like,
see, she
oh,
got
okay,
the
that's
most.
Sasha.
As you see, she got the most screenshots. Uh,
So we all know who we're predicting to win the whole season, right? Right, right, right. This
well,
isn't gonna catch me up, but at least it'll put me on equal footing.
listen, we'll discuss. We'll discuss. Up next is Mistress Isabel Brooks, and her verse was everything. And I love how she was the only one who did the fast rap the whole way through.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, ma'am, okay. And when she was by herself, she was doing a great job. And even in the performance with the group, you could tell she was a hair behind, but it was so much better than, what we were
Than what they
seeing. And
showed
I'm like, I'm glad she
initially.
got it together. You know what I'm saying? She still struggled, but she performed, she gave a good performance.
Right. Because I mean they said that they had to do it a couple of different times.
Yeah.
So oh my God, look at Sasha. Uh,
Then there's Mistress and Sasha. Sasha, the floating Sasha is everything.
yes, that's gonna be my new screensaver.
And then there's Mistress.
Starfish, SpongeBob,
But overall,
Patrick.
I really enjoy Blaming on the Edit. I know it's our first brew mix, but at the end of the year we rank them. So, but the other one's got some big shoes to fill because this was really good.
This one was really good.
Really good. Got another screenshot of Rue, And then of them all together getting their dance on, who blaming it on the edit. Come on, blame it on the edit. Hey. And then they were all standing in front of RuPaul at the end. Yay!
Yay!
So, my least favorite thing happened next.
Yeah.
What would you like to say to 5-year-old? Blah, blah, blah.
3-year-old. They were all 3.
They were all 3? Okay. I didn't care for it. It was nice seeing their baby pictures, but I didn't. You know, I don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let me be there and I get to this point, I'll be like, damn it, just don't be fake the whole time. I might be.
I just wanted to tell 5-year-old Desmond.
And watch me get up there and start crying for real. Tell me I'm going to go up there and give him a show. And then I'm up there really crying.
In your dreams. And if you believe in yourself.
But we saw baby Anitra, baby Lux, baby SASHA, and baby Mistress.
Yeah.
So after that, RuPaul announces that the winner of this week's challenge is SASHA Colby.
Of course.
Is that correct? I'm shocked you had to think about it. You were like, yes, it was correct.
Like,
yes, that was very.
Because I'm sitting here and I had to load for a minute because I was like, what is he talking about? What do you mean?
I should have said.
What do you mean? Is that correct? Why are you asking me?
I'm gonna say, do you agree? I should have stated that way. Do you agree?
Like, what do you mean? Yes. What?
Yes, I agree as well. I agree as well. And she enters the Four Winds Club. Woo, woo, woo.
Hey.
And then we find out that Lux is safe. Do you agree with this?
Yeah.
I agree as well. It was very clear from the beginning of the episode that Anitra and Mistress were going to be in the bottom 2.
Mm-hmm.
So they lip sync to When Love Takes Over by David Guetta featuring Kelly Rowland. For the people who do not know, When Love Takes Over is one of my favorite songs ever. Because a lot of people sleep on Kelly Rowland's music, but I don't know why. Baby, you need to.
Because she's not Beyonce.
Baby, honestly, I have another theory, but we're not here to talk about colorism. But yes, when Kelly was in her pop girl bag, she was eating them all up. Them all up. And wasn't even given the credit for it. Baby, Down for Whatever will be one of those top tier songs for me, like one of my favorite songs ever. And you need to go listen to that one. If you ain't heard Down Forever featuring the Waves, that's a song. But anyway, When Love Takes Over, David Guetta featuring Kelly Rowland. What do we think of this lip sync?
It was a little underwhelming.
Oh, really? Explain.
I don't know. Like, it seemed like they're in gowns, and then you have this really fast-paced song. Like, what do you expect somebody to do with that in a gown?
But here's my thing. Honestly, the way they approached this song, I would have expected them to approach this song regardless if they were in leotards or if they were in gowns. When Love Takes Over is not, don't let the beat fool you. This is one of them songs where I tell people, don't let that beat fool you. This is a song where you need to emote, where you need to give that emotion. When Love Takes Over. Because there's some songs, and it really just comes down to the lyrics. If the lyrics ain't nothing, yeah, you could be like, when love takes, you know, you could have did all that. But with the actual lyrics of When Love Takes Over, this is how I would have approached it regardless what I had on. The way Mistress approached it, let me say that. But for me, I really enjoyed this lip sync. I thought they were both doing well up until one point. But yeah, I was really entertained, especially with Mistress. Like, the face was giving.
Yes,
And like
even
with
though
a,
it didn't match the outfit.
it did match the outfit, but hey, you can't control that part. But yeah, I was really enjoying this lip sync until Anitra gave us the reveal, and I'm like, okay, we knew this was coming. I saw it on the outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And even after the reveal, I'm like, okay, Anitra, you're giving me what I need to give. Like, she gave us a little comedy. She was, giving us some posing. But the part that got me is when she started duck walking.
Well,
This,
that's what got her on Michelle's radar, and she was like, "I'm gonna
I
keep going with
know.
it."
But for me, the duck walk took her out the performance for me. In my opinion, she lost this lip sync as soon as she started doing the duck walk. And I think
Mm,
that's why I was enjoying her performance so much because she wasn't duck walking through the whole thing.
right.
Like she was really serving face, giving us body. I was really entertained, and then she started duck walking.
Mm,
Not every song needs a duck walk, and I get it. She's like, "Oh, I'm a duck walk all the way to the finale." Like I get it,
right.
but this was the one time
You didn't need to duck
you
walk. You could
didn't
have duck
need to
walked
duck walk.
when the victory music came on. You
Like
very well.
I was just like, "Oh girl, oh girl," and I love that part where Mistress was pretending to hit her like. Because even she's like, girl, this is not the song to duck walk to. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this lip sync. Um, if there was, because clearly they both get to stay.
Yes.
If there was only one winner,
Mm.
who do you think would have got the win?
Mm, don't know.
For me, it would have been Mistress. I would have gave
Yes.
Mistress the win and send Anitra on to the house. Um, I'm glad they're doing the top four. I
Right.
like the top fours. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't. But if
Mm-hmm.
someone had to go, I think
Mm-hmm.
it would have been Anitra, and I think that's why it was a double Shantay. Because
Right.
Rue loves Anitra.
Yes.
Remember, she was born to do drag.
Born to do drag.
Born to do drag, darling.
Born to do
Um,
drag.
but yeah, I feel like if this lip sync would have happened an episode or so before, I think it would have been just a Mistress. No, RuPaul, she probably would have saved Anitra anyway and sent Mistress to the house.
Mm.
But yeah, me personally, I think I would have just chose Mistress. But I like going into the finale with a top four, so I probably would
Mm-hmm.
have saved them both too, me personally.
Mm-hmm.
But if there
I
had
I think it just makes a little bit more sense than having a top three.
if it had to be a winner, it would have been Mistress. But I'm good with a top four. So it is now time for us to make our final prediction. LaCresha, are
Yes.
you Team Anitra, Team Lux, Team Sasha, or
Yeah.
Team Mistress?
I am Team Sasha
All the way.
all the way.
All the way. Team Sasha.
All the way. The
Hands
Sasha Coley.
down. Hands
Yes.
down.
With like a little niggling of Team Lux.
I know, like that. No, for me, it's Mistress. Like, there's a little to do for Mistress here, but I am Team Sasha all the way.
Sprinkle, a little Lux sprinkle.
Just sprinkle a little Mistress, just a little bit in there, but I am Team Sasha all the way. All the way. So, real quickly, typically we don't cover the reunion episodes, so we will not be covering it next week. But next week we will be catching up on Drag Race Sweden. I know we're behind, and we're going to be covering a lot of episodes at one time. So, baby, be ready next weekend. You're going to get that. We're sorry that they've been behind, but we have life going on. It's WrestleMania weekend. Honestly, I'm shocked I've made time to do this here. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Krisha, where can they find you on social medias?
You can find me at Cretia McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all next week.